Hello friends, Surojit Ray here. In this video, I shall be speaking on a topic we all want to refrain from discussing as such. The topic is depression. 2 to 3 decades back, the term depression was seen as a serious stigma. It was very rare and occasional, and anybody suffering from it would become the talk of the town. However, today it is as common as flu or common cold. And the sad part is that very few recognize it and repair it at the right time. A flu is harmless provided it is treated in time. But if not treated in time, it could even prove fatal in certain cases. Same is the case with depression. Before I move further, let me share with you why you need to see this video. Being a counselor, I am regularly flooded with clients going through depression. Majority of these people who approach me are teenagers, students, housewives, sportspersons, people from the film and media fraternity, businessmen, entrepreneurs, and people from corporate India. Depression has spread itself like an epidemic, and it is here to stay. Today, it is not attacking a handful or selective set of people. It is attacking just about anybody and everybody. Whether you are rich or poor, young or old, depression doesn't care. In today's times, nobody is immune to depression. We have seen so many famous people commit suicide in the recent past. The newspapers are flooded with news of educated and seemingly well settled people committing suicide. Thankfully, some celebrities like Deepika Padukone, Karan Johar, and Pariniti Chopra have been bold enough to openly speak about their struggle with depression. Can you believe that, as per recent surveys, close to 18% of India is already into depression or very close to depression? Do I need to say any more here? So the topic of this video is extremely relevant to you. Please do see this video till the end. You may just end up saving a life after seeing this video. Now, as we begin, let me take up a few important questions in relation to depression. The first question I would want to address is, what are the causes of depression? Well, today life has become exceptionally competitive as also materialistic and luxurious. The craving for material riches today is like never before. Everybody wants money, fame, position, respect, recognition, and constant happiness in life. Of course, whenever there is a mad rush for something, laying your hands on that thing then becomes very difficult. Today, we all want the best of everything for ourselves, not realizing that it is actually impossible to achieve this state. Owing to this excruciating lust for more, suddenly the clutter at the top has increased. We all want to be first in the race. Being second or third is acceptable to none today, and that is the epicenter of all our misery. In a class of 50 students, somebody will come first, somebody second, somebody third, and somebody last. Not everybody can come first. In school and college, we happily accept this reality since there is a benchmark called marks to define our level of success. However, in real life, unfortunately, there is no one to reward us with marks. Hence, all of us, regardless of our level of talent, contribution, intelligence, and true worth, aspire to be number one in real life. Is that possible? Of course not. Very few can reach the top in this exceptional clutter, and all the rest are left behind to feel disappointed. This disappointment somewhere opens up a can of worms. Let us accept the fact that we are facing competition like never before. and that stands as the root cause of the rising cases of depression in India. Clinically explained, any kind of excessive mental pressure or mental trauma or shock in life could lead to what is known as depression. A failed love affair, failure in an exam, inability to crack a college or degree of one's choice, lack of growth at work, failure in business or financial distress, marital discord, educated people sitting at home as housewives, lack of recognition, poverty, failure to succeed in a profession, failure to get the right break as an actor or sports person. Well, just about any disappointment on earth could lead one towards depression. The next question I want to address is, what are the signs or symptoms of depression? Depression works like a passive encroacher in the body. Most of its signs and symbols are shrugged off or mistaken to have been caused by excessive stress. People tend to ignore depression at the onset, and then by the time they realize something is wrong, the disease has already taken a complete control over their body and mind. Nipping the bud is critically important when it comes to depression. If a person exhibits one or more of any of the symptoms which I shall list hereafter for more than 8 to 9 weeks at a trot, it could possibly be the first sign of depression. The person should seek help for the same immediately in such a case. The common symptoms are lack of sleep, frequent anxiety or panic attacks, frequent restlessness, frequent mood swings, frequent bouts of anger attacks, sudden loss of appetite or exceptional increase in appetite, sudden rise in sensitivity in one's nature, lack of interest in work or life in general, constant depressive feeling, sudden lack of urge to perform or grow, hallucinations, suicidal thoughts, sudden and drastic change in one's nature, and inability to cope up with routine stress and pressures. Please note, I once again repeat, if a person is exhibiting any one or more of these symptoms for more than 8 to 9 weeks at a trot, it could possibly be the first sign of depression. The person should seek help for the same immediately in such a case. Yes, once in a while, under influence of momentary stress, we may denote one or more of the above symptoms, but such demonstrations would always be temporary in nature. This cannot be construed as depression. Only and only if any of these symptoms persist for a while, meaning 8 to 9 weeks or more, that is when consultation may be needed. Next question. What if I ignore depression and choose to leave it alone? So, even if I have depression, I choose to leave it alone and don't take any remedial measures. What happens in that situation? Well, depression is nothing but a malfunction of certain chemicals secreted by the brain. These chemicals are also known as neurotransmitters. If left untreated, in a very small percentage of cases, the depression may remain suppressed and also possibly heal with time, provided the trigger causing the depression ends. But such a miraculous phenomenon occurs only in a handful of cases. In most other cases, untreated depression wreaks havoc with efflux of time. Very often, depression could trigger other more serious psychiatric ailments such as schizophrenia and psychosis if left unattended for long. In almost all cases, one cannot escape depression without treating it. Generally, things worsen with time. Always remember this golden rule for any psychiatric disorder. If you treat it at inception, meaning if you nip the bud, you are almost sure to be cured fully. But if you let the disease grow within you and then seek medical help at a later stage, the chances of complete recovery reduce to a significant extent. Depression is no exception to this rule. Also, most cases of delayed treatment call for very long term medication, if not lifelong medication. So, in a nutshell, the chances of complete recovery is directly proportional to how soon you recognize the problem and treat it, as simple. The more you delay, the more you stand to lose. Also, if depression is left untreated, there is a risk to life as well, since suicidal instincts or the urge to kill may come in at some point of time. You never know when. So, the golden rule is to seek medical and counseling help as soon as possible. The next question which I would want to take up is, who can treat depression? A visit to a good psychiatrist is a must if you exhibit signs of depression. Choose a psychiatrist who is empathetic and gives good time to his patients. In India, you can check for reviews of psychiatrists on an app called Practo before visiting one. I regularly interact with a lot of psychiatrists and even refer my clients to some of them. But the common complaint I receive is lack of time given by the doctor and the doctor not being ready to listen much. So I prefer referring cases to those psychiatrists who are not over busy or over famous. In a nutshell, choose a good doctor who can give you time and has the patience to listen to you. Parallelly, you should also seek help of a good counselor and start doing meditation, yoga, and hypnosis exercises. Some psychiatrists do refer cases to counselors, but many others don't. Even if your psychiatrist does not refer you to a counselor, seek help of one yourself. While meditation, yoga, and hypnosis exercises can never ever substitute for medication, and medicines are a must in almost all cases of depression, meditation, yoga, and hypnosis exercises do definitely augment the healing process exponentially. I can say here from personal experience that all my clients who parallelly sought support of meditation and hypnosis through me during their depression treatment healed much faster as opposed to those who chose to only rely on medication. Every psychiatric ailment needs holistic and well rounded healing, and oral medicines have their own selective limitations. Unlike a disease of any other part of the body, a psychiatric ailment such as depression is a disease of the brain and the mind. Here, healing of the intangible mind is as much important as healing of the tangible brain. So, you can't and should not skip going to a counselor while your medication is on with a psychiatrist. Always and always refer to a counselor parallelly. All in all, in a nutshell, choose a good psychiatrist, choose a good and knowledgeable counselor, and follow their instructions diligently till you are out of the woods. Goes without saying, keep this information discreet. Not everybody needs to know about the fact that you are combating depression. Next question. What is your role in healing your depression? This is the most important part of this video. In your treatment for depression, three things always work together in sync. Number one, the doctor's medication. Number two, the counselor's guidance accompanied by yoga, meditation, and hypnosis. Number three, and most importantly, your own efforts. This piece of advice is rare to find, and this is the most important pearl of wisdom in this video. When in depression, you need to counsel and guide your mind appropriately at all times. Most importantly, you need to come to terms with the trigger for your depression. The moment you buy peace with the root cause of your depression and uproot it completely from your life, you will sail out of your depression very quickly thereafter. Let me give you an example here. In one of my clients' case, he sank into depression since his girlfriend of 10 years ditched him. He soon found love in another girl, and within 3 months, he was out of his depression completely. So, we need to tell ourselves that no situation or person in our life is so great that they can rule our mental sanity. We need to accept the events occurring in our life in the right spirit and move ahead with other options if a particular option is not really working. Be rest assured that things meant to happen will definitely happen in your life, and they will happen very effortlessly. So, if something does not work your way, you are meant for something better, which is on its way. Hence, do not regret or lie low in depression for what you have lost or could not achieve in life. Life is much wider than a single goal or person, and there is a lot more to gain out of your life. If you can build this kind of an attitude, you can heal any kind of depression pretty soon. Hence, to conclude, you are as much your doctor here as anybody else. How you tame your mind is going to be more decisive in your treatment than anything else. Also, ensure that any trigger which has caused depression to you never again resurfaces in your life. Else, it could cause an unnecessary relapse of your depression. The next question I want to take up is, how long does it take to heal depression completely, and is the treatment safe? How long? Well, it could be 1 month, could be 6 months, could be 9 months, could be 1 year, could be 5 years too. As I said earlier, the time of healing will largely depend on how soon you approach the doctor and counselor and how soon you come to terms with the trigger for your depression. The sooner you tackle this, the faster you heal. However, if I have to give a very broad ballpark range, assuming the depression is not too severe and medical recourse has been sought right at the inception, the healing should generally happen within 6 to 18 months of medication, of course, depending upon several other factors. Allopathic medication through a psychiatrist is the conventional path of treatment for depression, and this has shown a very high rate of success. There are other forms of medication too, such as homeopathy and Ayurveda. But knowing the severity and the nature of this disease, I would recommend allopathic medication for speedy recovery. As seen from personal experience in the case of my clients, allopathic medication has resulted in the fastest and safest possible recovery in all cases. Are allopathic drugs safe? Nowadays, there are several very good mood enhancing drugs and antidepressants available, which have shown remarkable results in a short period of time. While some of these drugs might have some minor side effects, they are generally livable with and nothing earth shattering that I can actually report here. Of course, the psychiatrist uses his best judgment to prescribe the safest and best possible drug after taking the patient's medical history into consideration. The next question I want to tackle is, do I need medication for life if I have depression? Absolutely not, provided you nip the bud. Depression treated at inception can heal pretty easily and in a short time frame. Next question. If I seek treatment for my depression, is it a stigma I will have to live with all my life? Now, after all my guidance in this video, this is a childish question to answer. Of course, there is no stigma in seeking medication for depression. It is just a hormonal imbalance in your body. Is any other hormonal imbalance in your body like diabetes or thyroid a stigma for you? No, right? So then why bother about depression? If it ever happens, heal it. Walk ahead and live life with a smile. You don't need to remember it. Last question that I would want to answer. Am I a counselor? Can you come to me for help? And if you do so, will others come to know that you came to me for help? Well, yes, I am a counselor, hypnotherapist, and motivational speaker, and operate from Mumbai under the brand Karma Cosmos Counseling and Life Coaching Services. I cater to a wide spectrum of counseling clients, including Bollywood celebrities and corporate honchos. I do not run this venture with a commercial intent, so my consultation charges are extremely affordable. You can reach out to me and seek an appointment through my website www.karmacosmos.com. In my profession, confidentiality is of paramount importance and is duly respected. Nobody other than me knows the names of my clients, as simple as that. So, if you were to ever approach me, only you and I would know about it. Nobody else would. Hence, please feel free to reach out to me should you ever need any counseling help. I once again repeat, you can connect with me through my website www.karmacosmos.com. Goes without saying, I assure you the highest levels of confidentiality. Trust you enjoyed this important video and now understand the term depression much better. I pray that you always remain safe and miles away from it. But just in case you have to ever face it, be quick to seek help and fight it bravely. It is not a big deal if you have the right mindset to fight it out and are under the guidance of an able psychiatrist and counselor. Do like this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel titled Karma Cosmos Talks if you have not already done it. Hit the bell icon so that you can receive future notifications from my channel, and also leave a comment for this video in the comment section. Friends, I am a traveler on a never-ending journey. On my YouTube channel, you shall find a lot of such interesting stuff which very few others speak about and research on. So, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please do so ASAP. God bless you. Wishing you a wonderful, fulfilling, and happy life ahead. Thank you for watching this video.